Hello everyone, this is Amanda from JC Sportline. I worked at JC Sportline for a decade-long time. We are a global leader and dedicated engineering partner who efficiently collaborates in designing, developing, and manufacturing automotive innovative complex carbon fiber products beyond the industry standards. We also help the automotive consultants and experts build a deep network of decision makers at OEMs and tire supply chains in the last 3 years to import carbon components into OEM automotive markets. As a result, we bid for BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and other projects that typically last 3 to 6 years and total more than $150 million, with about 5 projects a year. The main components of those projects is dry carbon fiber body parts. As you know, the most important thing to find a manufacturer who can offer an extensive range of service and system management. At JC Sportline, development begins with setting the objectives: performance, efficiency, aesthetics, and quality. Operations starts with 3D scanning, scanning the car bumpers and OEM components with its in-house 3D scanners. Once 3D scan data has been collected and processed, JC Sportline hardware engineers then interact with the 3D models to identify fitment constraints, mounting locations, other components locations, etc., to ensure the final product fits perfectly with the envelope. So welcome you guys to our live streaming. Let's start today's topic, the beginner's guide to 3D scanner. So when you 3D scan an object with an optical scanner, there are certain rules and factors that you should know. In this video, in this live streaming, we're going to show the 3D scanning process for vehicle. Here is the facelift BMW X6M, and we today come to one of our clients' workshops, and they are the biggest spark club for supercars and luxury car models. As you can see from this vehicle, we'd like to help you navigate the journey of 3D scanning. So I invite our engineer, Mr. Yang, 打个招呼 ，Mr. Yang here， 看得到吗 ？Mr. Yang， 你到这里打个招呼呗，没事，看得到吗？有看得到。He's a little bit shy. Okay, so I invite our engineer, Mr. Yang, to help scan the front bumper of a BMW today. And now he's doing some paperwork. So, what do you need to do before scanning? First, a laptop. A computer means a computer, and the equipment. We have the handheld 3D scanner, and those are some adhesive markers. So there is something our engineer is doing now, and the baby powder. And so above all, a very, very patient worker who is capable of this boring and tough work. As you know, if you're scanning a front bumper, it takes around 30 minutes to scan all data. But it's still pretty impressive when you think about handheld scanner in a small case. You can not only scan the vehicles, but also the carbon fiber components or whatever you want to scan. You could also travel out a car dealer today, come to one of the biggest car sellers in our you can also go outside to scan the car. Sometimes we also scan the cars in the parking floors. So wish you guys could enjoy this jewelry. So I will also introduce some technical specifications. Our machine, this one, the accuracy up to 0.05 millimeter, and the volumetric accuracy is 0.05 millimeter. So this is our equipment. 可以看得到设备吗? This is our equipment, and our engineer is doing some work now. 现在是量上设备吗？
交走了。
已经要准备开始走了。Okay. So now Mr. Yang is going to celebrate the 3D scanner with a calibration board after long-distance transportation, as it takes around 30 minutes to drive from our company to this client's workshop, and it is necessary to adjust the scanner according to the ambient condition and the surface and the shape of the object to scan. So you can see Mr. Yang is scanning some markers to mark the location. So what is resolution? Resolution describes the minimum distance between captured points at a given scan distance. When the details of a 3D model are important for you, you should require a high resolution. So the resolution which we set for scanning this vehicle is 0.8 millimeter, which gives us enough resolution to capture details available on the surface while maintaining a fast scanning speed. It is recommended to frequently change scanning angles and positions of the scanner to capture data from different directions. So you may be curious why we should use these markers before scanning, and you also want to know how to place markers. Markers also known as reference points. Have the 3D scanner position and get the 3D coordinates of the object. Therefore, you need to place markers on the object before scanning, and this will make more sense when we get to the actual scanning. I'll show you this. This is adhesive speakers. And it can reflect. It is reflective the light from the bumper and help us to save the data correct. And this will make more sense when we got the actual scanning. The adhesive ones are great because you can reuse them. So once we finish the scanning of the whole bumper, we can take all of those markers back to one bolt. And during the preparation period, it is recommended to place the markers randomly and irregularly, so that the scanning software can properly find the location. You can view this from the computer. In this case, we place the markers around it's around 25 centimeter. It's 20 or 25 centimeters apart from each other in most places. However, on the narrow one, like this, the mesh or the grill parts, or on the edge of the bumper, the corner of the bumper, it is suitable to place them a little bit closer, maybe 10 centimeters, because the edge has a limited surface area and the minimum number of markers in the scanning field must be maybe 20 or 14, maybe more as possible. And after we finish the preparation work, and we can just to scan the car. 看得到吗？你把它贴进来一点。We don't need to start right up here in the middle line. We can just go front and the right side. So if you're without these markers, this job will be very challenging for you, because you can see this car is very shiny, and there are some dark areas, and so the scanning methods maybe cannot save everything. So we make some markers to help to surely this is the right way for us to overcome the challenges posed by reflective and dark surface. In the case of a reflective surface, you can apply baby powder, like this area. It's very dark or very shining or reflective. You can just add some baby powder to the parts before scanning, so it will also insist in obtaining a good scan.再导入数据是吗？ It's loading all markers now. You can see the data. There is no surface. It's without surface. It's just also all of the markers we have stick on the car bumpers. The many, but you can see almost the shape. The whole shape of the front bumper is almost here. 差不多。
希望想掃描激光點。
So we exchange the model to scanning the surface now, not only the markers. 刚刚是单线的扫的是吗？哦，不是
标记点。
标记点啊，好。现在开始，
开始扫。
So we got the 现在是56分。We've got the vehicle all target up. It take us about 15 minutes to fully target half of not half, the whole front bumper. And considering the size of these big vehicles, that's actually not too bad. Now we are really ready to scan on the 3D scanning process. There are some data to be saved on the computer now. So you start scanning, literally push a button on the scanner. You hold it about 10 inches away. It's about 10 inches away from the surface, and you just start slowly moving back and forth. And what's going to happen is the scanner is going to basically do two things. It's going to use those targets, those reflective targets for the position. It's going to admit two laser lines. And that's what picks up the shape. And you notice here we are picking up dark error and shining error, while picking up the chrome grill surface. And for a lot of scanners, this is really challenging for them, if it's not impossible for them to do it. So we also use the HDR mode in this case, and that allows us to do is scanning stock and light errors at the same time. We don't need to transform the model during the whole process. And we could also start scanning the parts in the single line model to get into some the detail error maybe later. Here we're just scanning the whole bumper. If we scan the grills, so we will change the single line model to get into some of the detail error. The targets are purely for the positions, so the scanners know where it is. You can almost think of like a GPS. The targets are like the centimeters, and the scanner is like the receiver. So using some same type of triangulation process, the scanner can track where it is in space, while the lasers are picking up the shape. So it is also like a digital spring painting. You just keep moving around.你左右走一下，帮我左右走一下位。So the scanner can track where it is in space while the lenses are picking up the shape. It is also like digital screen painting. You can just moving around and try to hold it in somewhat perpendicular to the surface that you are scanning. That's always to give you the best result. And then you just keep moving around the vehicle until you got everything and visually. So when you do the scanning, you can also, like our engineer, Mr. Young, he will also check the computer and view. And you can also stop it at any time and take a look at the computer's spin around the model and make sure you've got everything and avoid overscan the parts if you go over the same area over and over. If you've missed some errors, you can just go back and just fill those errors in. So it is a visual check, but you can see we just keep moving along to get the whole surface. And again, we are doing dark and doing shining. And we are doing translucent. And it has no issues with any of those surfaces. So you just keep moving around the vehicle until you have the whole thing captured, and then you are done. So you may ask, what is optimal scanning distance? The scanning distance. Each scanner has an option distance that you should have between the scanner and the parts that you are scanning. To capture high-quality 3D data clearly, it is essential to ensure that you are at the optimal distance for your scanner. 我们这边还多久？
还要多久？应该还要20分钟。这个。
So if we finish the scanning for the whole bumpers, it may still need to take another 25 minutes. So during this process, I'll also show, because of the time limited, maybe it's hard to show you the data now. So I will show you some of the private projects which we have well done, and it's with the quality control and high precision. As we can see in this picture, the mesh files of this front bumper as generated with 3D scanning is of high resolution and no noise. Its age, the age area, the periods and the surface will be vividly captured. 看得到吗？ So what makes a good scan? A scan that means the criteria of your project can be called a good done. For inspection and quality control, high precision is a must. And our engineer and reconstructed the left wing in this case. A highly quality scan with little pulse scanning and tempering is required. I'm now show you guys one of the video about the whole process to the super scanning. This car was scanned on the South Africa. We also go visit one of our clients to scan this at the car shop. In this video, we just see the service. The data of the service. So, if you scan the rear bumpers, you need to save three data: the surface of the bumper, and the second is remove your OEM rear diffuser and receive all of the mounting position. And lastly, you can scan the rear diffuser separately. So if you do the scanning by yourself, and maybe you ask JC to help you create a new design of a rear diffuser, so you may, if the vehicle not popular in China market, but is a very classic model in your market, then you have to send us three data: the bumpers without diffuser, with all of the mounting position, and the data of diffuser only. Three of them. So some guys also do the scanning directly without maybe you use more advanced equipment, and some of our clients also scan the bumpers, but they don't use these markers or the baby powders. So I also wanted to share you guys the one of case. We also received the 3D data from one of our clients, and the most of error is good enough, but there were some problems, as I described in the previous process. I will show you one of our video. This is one of the bumper. After our designer checked the data and found out there are some problems. You can see there are some data missing from the arrow of the button of the bumper, especially the mounting positions. The line of the bumper, some error is missing. So if you create a front lip according this bumper data directly, there were some fitment issues. I'll show you the picture. Yeah. And there is another problem is, you can say the corner of the front bumper, there may be some webs or something else. So if your vehicle come with a wrapping protection, and you don't want to remove it, it's necessary to use some baby powder or the markers to mark the locations to help you scan the bumper and make it possession.
像这种是比较
Oh, in these detail areas, you just have to hold the scanners and slowly move around, but very slowly. But if you scan the big surface like the bonnet, you can go fast and save the data. But you can say this edge of the front bumper, there is maybe a gap or something. You can see our engineer move the scanners very slowly and make sure all of the service data can be saved from. And when they do the scanning, and he is also checking the computer and comparing which error is missing. Then then move back and forth to make sure all the data and the service will be fulfilled and make the service very smooth. If you are missing some important like these angles, always especially the corners, because the front lips was designed according to the service data of the front bumper. If we missing the corner data, sometimes it's very hard to install the front lips well. Here are also some pictures when we're scanning different models. Some other of the supercars. So if you thought the whole process is very interesting, and you're gonna have a chance to scan the car, you can check our videos. Also, drop your comments here. Maybe we can give you some advice. This is boring, but I think it's also interesting process. As I'm just working in the office, and this is my first time. I know our engineer is doing the scanning. The first time I'm going this workshop to view the whole process. Even I just stand here to describe the whole process. I feel it's very tired, but you can say the engineer is holding the scanners and very patient to scanning forth and back. So I show my respect to him. 还多久？
这里上去就差不多，
扫完这里就
几分钟。
哦。And then now we may take 5 or 6 minutes to finish the whole bumpers. Later we may check the data. You can say this market. I will show you if you wanna scan maybe a small size parts, maybe a iPhone or Pad like this. If you wanna do the iPad case for the facelift model, you use this markers as well. 来，搞几个试一下。You can stick some markers on the pipe. Randomly. But you just have to try to make the location as possible to ensure the whole surface can be marked. Okay, the engineer told me they have finished the scanning. Let's check the data. Maybe check whether it is good enough as we described. 好了，够了。Okay, like this. This way mark the iPad. 切到这里吧。要不我们调低一点，把它对到这个位置。调低一点。Now we are going to check the data. It's loading now. It's loading. 搞进来一点吧。It's loading. The data is loading. This is what we have done. You can say there. Our engineering is working on the final data and show. You can see from this video. The service is complete. 调到下面的那个安装位没扫。
之类啊。
已经有了是吧？
这个之类的。
The mounting positions. But this is not the OEM replacement. Is the front lane will be designed and created according to the line of the boot line, and it will be installed by the self-tapping screws, not the OEM buttons, but it's also the boot-on style.
就是这样的。
然后要转格式吗？
然后就转格式分装出来。
And now we transform the data. It also takes a few minutes. This scan data can be meshed into a 3D model and exported to common output program formats such as STL. Okay, guys, I'll check whether there is any questions. So many guys to welcome all of you guys to our live streaming today. So as a leading supplier of carbon fiber components, please visit JC Sportline's website, where you can find out much more information on the whole process, not only the scanning, but also how we create the mold. Alongside our entire range of products and equipment, also the advanced sensor machines, the autoclave, so many equipment in our factory. So if you guys have any questions or problems you'd like to know me or our business, and I can directly reply to you here. But I do not see many messages here. If no further questions, okay, I guess today's live is almost here. So if there are any objects that you would like to cover in future live streaming, and please post them in the comment section, or we'll see you next time. Okay, that's all for today's live, and thanks for all of our clients and all of my colleagues and our engineer and my colleague Pauline to help me during the whole process, and thanks for all of you guys' support. And this is Amanda, this is Pauline, and our engineer, Mr. Young, and we are from JC Sportline. Hoping you guys to have a wonderful day. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.